We start today by traveling to Iceland. The island nation has declared a state of emergency because of a volcano that the country's authorities say could erupt any minute. More than 3,000 residents have been urged to evacuate the small coastal town of Grindavik on the southwestern peninsula of the country. The imminent eruption has been preceded by thousands of earthquakes recorded since Friday, and there is a magma tunnel that is forming in Grindavik that might break through to the surface. Grindavik is about 43 miles southwest of Iceland's capital city of Reykjavik. Authorities have not issued an evacuation order for the capital, though, suggesting they don't believe it would be affected by an eruption. Now, Iceland sits on a tectonic plate boundary between the North Atlantic and Arctic Oceans, and that plate continually splits farther apart, pushing North America and Europe farther apart. A powerful mantle plume, an area that is hotter than the surrounding magma, sits beneath it, which melts and thins the Earth's crust. These conditions have made Iceland home to 32 active volcanoes. Some effects of the seismic activity are already apparent. Take a look at some of the damage the seismic activity has already caused. Roads damaged by the earthquakes, a crumbling tarmac, broken sidewalks, and gaping fissures in the road. More now from Michael Holmes, who provides us with more insight on the events unfolding right now in Iceland.
Alarming signs in Iceland, where waves of tremors are shaking and splintering parts of the country, and experts say the seismic activity there is likely to get worse. Thousands of earthquakes have struck Iceland's southwestern peninsula in the last few days. Geologists say it's related to an underground corridor of magma that's shifting and could soon lead to a volcanic eruption. In the town of Grindavik, some 50 kilometres away from the capital of Reykjavik, the ground has already split open in places because of the volatility under the Earth's crust. More than 3,000 residents were evacuated Saturday, with a few allowed back Sunday to retrieve pets and essential items from their home. Experts say the magma corridor, which stretches about 15 kilometres near Grindavik, could cause an eruption and possibly destroy much of town.
The magma is now on a very shallow depth, so we're expecting an eruption within a couple of hours. Shortest, but at least within a couple of days. Anywhere on that fissure, we can see that an eruption could happen.
Iceland has declared a state of emergency and, as a precaution, closed the Blue Lagoon, a popular geothermal spa located near Grindavik. The area near Grindavik is prone to volcanic activity, with 3 eruptions in the past 2.5 years. In 2021, a fissure measuring as big as 750 metres long spewed fountains of lava into the sky, attracting tourists to the unpopulated hotspot. This time around, with an entire town potentially at risk, officials warned this eruption could have far more dangerous consequences.
There is a rapidly approaching deadline for a federal funding plan, which determines
what this fucking crack-a-hole has to say. She theorizes this. Volspa, or that the vulva, where Odin divinates by the dead vulva or the black woman. That's a whole poem, and in this poem, which is in the Poetic Edda, which I talked about, and the Volspa also means prophecy. Prophecy. It's a poem about the beginning and the end of the world. She says, occurring after the death of the gods, the sun turning black, steam rising, flames touching the heavens, etc., may be inspired by volcano eruptions on Iceland. She said, again, when Ragnarok starts, what Ragnarok is all about, what the Volspa is all about, what they're talking about when this shit ends, she is saying, as a scholar, remember, she is considered one of the most thorough and reputable sources on Germanic mythology. Davison has been cited as having contributed greatly to the study of Norse mythology. And this motherfucking hoe said, as soon as you see those volcano eruptions in Iceland,
right,
this is it. That's the Ragnarok, my niggas. She's telling you. The white girl is telling you Ragnarok is they're waiting for it by volcanic eruptions now.